Alex Cody here with the Alex Cody Guide Service. Want to talk to you about spinnerbait selection and the difference between blades. Right now it's post-spawn in my neck of the woods. Fish are starting to come off the bank a little bit. My first selection, if I'm tight to the bank throwing a spinnerbait, would be the War Eagle finesse style spinnerbait. It's got an Indiana style blade. It's a cross between an actual Colorado style and a willow leaf. So that's your willow leaf, your Colorado. Your Indiana has a bit of a oval shape to it as well, just like the Colorado, but it has a little bit more of a point to it. Gives a different type of flash, different type of vibration. It's not as aggressive as a Colorado blade. It's not as docile as a willow leaf blade. You can still move it pretty fast in the water column. You can reel it real slow and keep it high in the water column because of the way the blade shapes are, and this happens to be a finesse style bait. This is what they look like in the package. Walmart sells them, Dick's sells them. All the normal retailers carry these baits. Real nice bait. One of my favorite finesse spinner baits to use. Then as I move offshore a little bit more and I'm looking to burn some baits over open water, maybe fishing for smallmouth, I'll move over to a double willow leaf style bait. This happens to be a Stanley Vibra shaft. They actually have a tapered arm as from the line tie to the end of the blade arm. The shaft tapers and gets thinner. Allows for better vibration of the blades. Double willow leaf combination is my favorite when I'm in open water. I can move it real fast, move it real slow, put it on the bottom, crawl it, drag it, yo-yo, various techniques. Spinnerbait can be fished almost the same way as a rattle trap. Alright, another interesting way of fishing offshore is also burning a compact spinnerbait. This happens to be another War Eagle model. This is a half-ounce version, but it's compact. It's got a small head because most of the weight is actually hidden below the skirt. Double willow leaf again. Gold on gold. Real good choice on a bright sunny day. Pushes a lot of flash. Moves a lot of light through the water column. Will attract some fish and get you some good strikes, vicious strikes on that. Then another different style double willow leaf brand bait that I also choose and like. They're made by Biovex. There's the Biovex stand gun. New Japanese company that's out. Real custom paint jobs, real nice, unique skirts, nice blade, high quality product. Excellent, excellent bait. Now, if you're in a situation where your body of water is a river or you get a lot of rain, you get some stain in the water, that's when I go to a double Colorado. Double Colorado puts a lot of vibration in the water, moves a lot of water. When the water gets muddy, the fish move up tight to the bank, tight to structure, hold against things real tight. They need to be able to feel the bait that they're chasing before they actually make the commitment to move on it. That's when I would go to a double Colorado. I usually don't fish these much in my neck of the woods because usually the water's pretty clear, so I can get away with double willow leaf or Indiana Colorado style combination. If I'm usually fishing a Colorado style, for the most part, spring, summer, fall, I do go with the War Eagle finesse style. This is a very versatile bait. You can use it anywhere, anytime. If they're on a minnow bite, you can get away with using this. Very simple bait to have in your arsenal. That's just some differences between the blade styles. Now, one thing that I do recommend when you're fishing spinnerbaits is always use a trailer hook. I use Daiichi trailer hooks. Very, very sharp product. Simple way of putting the trailer hook on. There's a couple different ways people do it. I like to take the trailer hook with no rubber grommet on it, slide it over the shank of the hook, just like so, and then I take the rubber grommet and just put it over the tip of the hook so that prevents the trailer hook from flying off when you're casting and various other things. Now what that does is it allows that trailer hook to move freely. Okay, so when you make that cast, you start reeling and retrieving, that trailer hook's going to line up straight behind your bait, and when you do hook a fish on it, it's not fixed to the spinnerbait, so they can shake their head and not have as much leverage on it as if this hook was actually inside the little rubber tubing, like a lot of people use them to get leverage and various other things, and sometimes they get a little twisted and turned sideways. I'll show you an example of that. Most people take the rubber tubing, slide over the top of the trailer hook like so, and then they run the hook through the trailer hook eye point, which I don't like. Yeah, in a normal world, that hook's going to be straight out like that, but a lot of times this bait will hit the water, and that hook will turn sideways, and it won't straighten out on the retrieve. You might miss a fish due to that. And then at the same time, if you do hook one on the trailer hook, all of a sudden now you have more tension on the spinnerbait, a little bit more leverage, a little bit more of a leverage point. Fish can easily spit that spinnerbait out. So I like more of a free swinging trailer hook. Again, Daiichi World Sharpest trailer hooks, my opinion. Use what you like. When I'm fishing spinnerbaits, I either use Vicious 30-pound braid or Vicious Elite Fluorocarbon 20-pound. Those are my line types, line choices, line strength. I use heavy line for the reason of when you hook a bass in a tournament, you don't want to play with them. You don't want to give them a chance to jump off, get away. Especially using the heavier line, the fluorocarbon, you can get away with it in clear water. If you get a big smallmouth next to the boat, he's acting vicious, you don't have enough time to get the net, you can boat flip him in and not lose your bait and the fish. There's a few spinnerbait tips and techniques and tactics for you. Again, Alex Cody Guide Service. Look us up on Facebook. Thank you.